Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be ranking 10 different Trevor Henderson monsters based off of your chances of surviving an encounter with them. Now, in case you don't know how this system works, essentially, S tier is the most survivable. If the creature's in S tier, you're probably going to survive an encounter with them. And if it's an F tier, you're not surviving at all. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and begin with Siren Head, quite possibly the most popular Trevor Henderson creature. Now, if you think you can survive an encounter with Siren Head, you're probably wrong, considering the fact that not only is this man 40 feet tall, okay? 40 feet tall. Tell me how you're going to fight something that's 40 feet tall. You're not, okay? Not only is he 40 feet tall, but he can run about 24 miles per hour. So he can outrun you, all right? And then if you're in your car, he can outdrive you. So not only is this man going to outrun you, he's going to outdrive you. Well, what are you going to do? All right? Oh, I'm just going to get in my car and drive away. No, you're not. Because he's going to flip over your car. All right? If you're in the forest, oh, I'm just going to go hide behind a tree. He's just going to rip up the tree. So yeah, no, you're not escaping this man. All right, so essentially what Siren Head does, he can mimic the sounds, editor, play the clip of the Siren Head sound. And then he also, he can stand there for days camouflaging to try and track down prey. So, not try and track down, but essentially, prey comes up, he's standing there, he snatches you. Just like that. Now, that sounds pretty bad, but think about it. When was the last time you just randomly went to a forest, and heard tornado sirens and then kept wandering around a forest? Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't think if you just randomly hear some random tornado sirens, you're going to be getting out of there, all right? And I mean, you could theoretically find a place to hide, maybe like under a tree, stuff like that. So if you hide before he finds you, then you might be good. Or no, if you're in a suburban area, you're pretty good because he hunts in forest and rural areas. So really, you just gotta stay in your house and you're probably fine because he can't plow through concrete. So, I mean, then again, it is pretty dangerous. So if you do encounter him, you might be cooked. So for that reason, we're gonna put him into D tier. Moving on, Bridge Worm. Now, Bridge Worm, obviously, he hides under bridges and he has this kind of fake face that goes over his real face. The red face. He has like this white, kind of weird looking face. There'll be an image of it up on screen. But if you see that thing under a bridge, are you going to go towards it? Are you going to drive towards it? No, you're turning around. You're doing a 180, turning right back around. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of common sense. You see this thing under a bridge. Oh, yeah, let me just go to it. My name's John. I'm just going to go say hi to this random thing under the bridge. This doesn't make much sense. Yeah, so he has a fake face, above. I mean, I guess the point of the fake face is kind of like trick people. Oh, it's like some friendly looking creature, even though his fake face doesn't look that friendly. So yeah, you have the fake face, it peels back, reveals his real face, with 36 human-like teeth that are ready to eat you. Honestly, like I said, if you're walking and you see this thing, you just turn back around. You driving, you just turn back around. But it might be too late for you by the time you notice because he hides in like darker places. So we're going to put the Bridge Worm into C tier, I can't lie to you. And we're going to move on to Big Charlie. Now, a name like that, you think he's pretty friendly. And you would be right. Even though he's about 10 feet tall and 12 feet long, they're pretty friendly. They're pretty friendly. Now, they're also pretty weird. So if they're like some deformed, malnourished animal, essentially, the lore is that like they're in some kind of meat processing factory and something went wrong. So they become malformed and all that jazz. They have these like meat chunks that kind of fall off of them. And then they're going to turn into the creature that's coming up next on the list. But you might see this and be like, oh, I'm probably cooked. Well, lucky for you, John, you're not cooked because they are the weakest creature out of all the Trevor Henderson creatures. And out of all the creatures on this list, they are the weakest. So even if they attacked you, you would be fine. But they usually don't because they're pretty harmless to humans. They're pretty chill. So you're pretty good. I feel like if you see it on the road or something, you might like crash your car or something like that. Just its size alone is the reason it's not going to S tier. So we're going to have to put it into A tier. Because, like, something that size, you could accidentally hurt yourself going near it or something like that. So we're going to put it into A tier. And we're going to move on to its offspring. That being Lil Nugget. Now, they obviously, like I said, they are the offspring of Big Charlies. And they are friendly, harmless, and curious. All right, not only that, but they can possibly be tamed and domesticated. So these fanciful little lads are not going to be harming you at all. I mean, they could harm like your food supply because they go into your house and they might start eating your food. But there's chill little guys. Look at these. They're not really chill. I want to be chill with these guys in my house until I realize they're friendly. But they're not gonna None are gonna harm you in any way. So really, we're gonna have to put them into S tier. These guys are not going to cause you harm at all. And we are going to move on to the Smile Room. Now, these guys reside in abandoned buildings. And essentially, you walk into their mouth and they eat you. It's that simple. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna be chill. Well, if you don't get caught, if you don't walk into their mouth, they're gonna release some humanoid beings to catch and corrupt you into one of them. So that's fun. Now, you might think, I mean, obviously, the smiling mouth on its own isn't really that bad, because obviously any logical person sees that and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go the other way. But you also might get chased down by the humanoid beings, which not so good, not so good. So really, if you can outrun them, I feel like you'll be fine. So this one's 50-50, really. This one's 50-50, because if you can outrun the entities, you're fine. But same time, if you're in an abandoned building, there might be a bunch of stuff you could trip over on, You don't know the layout of the place, you could get cornered, stuff like that. So we're going to put it into C tier. And we're going to move on to Long Horse. Now, Long Horse, even though he looks scary, okay? Look at this. This is a face only John could love. He looks spooky, but he's harmless. And its main goal in life is to warn humans of upcoming dangers. So you could see this guy out on the road, in your dreams, stuff like that. So if you see him, it's kind of like a warning sign, like, hey, something bad's going to happen. Something bad is going to happen to me. So I might want to be careful. Essentially, he's kind of like a warner. He warns you of stuff like that. So if you want to thank him for warning you, you can give him an apple. Yeah, this guy likes apples. I mean, kind of makes sense because he's a horse, but... And also, his body's like infinitely long. Little interesting fact for you. It just keeps growing, so you can't see the end. Like, how are you not going to survive an encounter with him? Afterwards, you might be cooked, because, he does warn you, but this guy specifically, you're going to be fine. So we're going to put him into S tier. I don't really see yourself being harmed. Moving on, though, are the anxious dogs. Now, not only are these creatures extremely intelligent, no, not extremely, they're intelligent, and they're very hostile and territorial. So I mean, you're in like some kind of building and you see these guys. What are you going to realistically do? You're kind of cooked, especially because of the intelligence, the speed, agility, all that jazz. However, in very rare cases, they can display friendly behavior. So you're not always cooked, only sometimes cooked. So honestly, we're going to have to put them into D tier, which is very, very low D tier. They're barely missing out on E tier, because yes, they're extremely dangerous, but it's possible for you to survive. And the creatures in E and F tier, I don't see you surviving. So we're going to go ahead and move on to a creature known as the God of Roadkill. Now, imagine, all right, you're just driving to your workplace or whatever you do. And then, you hit an animal, you hit a deer. All right, you're cooked, because this guy, his whole job is to take revenge on drivers who hit animals or people with their cars. So its whole main goal in life is to take you out if you take other animals out on the road. So if you've ever hit someone with your car before, or an animal with your car before, you're cooked. This guy's coming after you. But if you didn't do that, then you're pretty much safe, because he helps guide people. If you're chill and you haven't hit any animals with your car, this guy's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you where you're going, bro. But if you're, someone who likes hitting people with your car, this guy's gonna take you out. So I feel like most people watching this don't really hit animals with their cars or stuff like that. So we're gonna put him into B tier, because he would be dangerous if everyone, I'm not really gonna count insects for this one. I don't think he's gonna hunt you down if like an insect flies into your engine or something. But like if you hit like a bird or a deer or something, you're kind of cooked. So we're going to put him into B tier, and we're going to move on to this ugly abomination, also known as Forgotten Baby. All right? You look at this thing, you're like, oh yeah, I could take that in a fight. Easy peasy. I'm here to tell you that you're not going to be taking this thing in a fight. It is going to be taking you, and you will never be seen again. It's about 7 feet tall, all right? And it moves silently, all right? Once it's moving, you ain't going to hear it. Essentially, what it does is it breaks and enters your home, kidnaps you, and yeah, you're never seen again. Matter of fact, this guy's so quiet and sneaky, he could be in your house right now. You don't even know. I'm gonna go up and look, shouldn't you? That would be a smart idea, John. But moving on, essentially, kind of like takes you and like I don't know. No one really knows what he does with you. So essentially, he's a Diddy. He's a giant 7 foot tall Diddy guy, and he is easily capable of incapacitating and overpowering you. Literally Diddy. All right. So we're gonna put off-brand Forgotten Baby Diddy. We're gonna put him into E tier because he's not the dangerous. All right. You're pretty much cooked if he's in your house, but you might have a chance of escaping. But the next creature on our list, you are not surviving an encounter with them, and that creature is Cartoon Cat. Now, let me just read you off Cartoon Cat. All right. He is a malevolent cosmic parasite. What? Tell me. All right. Look at me with a straight face and tell me that you're surviving an encounter with a cosmic malevolent parasite. A malevolent cosmic parasite. You're not surviving that, dude. All right. Usually you can find him in like abandoned warehouses or abandoned malls, and he can kind of like change his shape, stuff like that. Realistically, what's your plan here? He's literally known as like the strongest Trevor Henderson entity. All right. Many people have like theorized that like you have all of the Trevor Henderson entities against this guy, and this guy still wins. How are you going to survive an encounter with him? Come on, be honest with yourself. You're not. Not much explanation or reasoning I have to explain to you why you're not surviving this guy. I mean, literally the name. All right. Not the name, but like the description. Malevolent cosmic parasite. What? F tier. Obviously, he's going into F tier. And that is the end of today's video. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. But in case you don't do that, and in case I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.